Contrarians, welcome back to the Encrypted Capital Recap for Wednesday, June 23rd. I'm excited for this video because I get to rip on Mark Cuban again, one of two of my favorite people, my two favorite billionaires, to talk mad ish on because the stuff they put on the media is absolutely ridiculous. And I can't wait to show you what I found. First off, wanted to note the video I put out yesterday that we're going higher. It's pretty interesting. I have almost 1,200 subscribers, yet some of my views are only 100 or 200. Yet when I talk about things like Telcoin and Dent, they tend to go up significantly. So I'm not sure what's going on here with YouTube's algorithm, but go back and watch this video for why I state we are going higher. And sure enough, green is on the board, talking about that $29,000 resistance holding here. Very, very epic. I do anticipate, as mentioned yesterday, going higher out of this zone. So let's get into Mr. Cuban here. This guy. Mark Cuban says Bitcoin is better than gold. He says, no worry about storing it. Easy to transfer, easy to trade, easy to convert, doesn't require an intermediary, and can be fractionalized. Yet this tech giant just the other year was stating that he'd rather have bananas over Bitcoin, and now he's been activated clearly, as the other billionaires have, and they are now starting to change their tune. It says, billionaire Mark Cuban's road to Bitcoin's defense for being digital gold while the cryptocurrency's price plunged to its lowest levels of the year. And this is where we talk about having the contrarian mindset and ask yourself, is there something else going on here besides what is actually being said in the media? So what I went ahead and did was I went over here and took a look at the gold chart to see if, maybe he's trying to get people away from buying gold because he's stocking up on it. So maybe there's a good chance it could be at a resistance point. And sure enough, what did I find? Gold is at support after having a double bottom here at 1680. Went all the way up to 2 grand, and now it's floating at resistance of roughly $1,700 to $1,800. Do you think that with all this inflation and money printing that people are going to be stupid enough to not go run and try and preserve their wealth by buying gold and silver in particular? That's exactly what I plan on doing with all my crazy crypto gains. Buying gold and silver. It still has value. It's had value for the test of time. So when idiots like Mark Cuban come out, you got to actually ask yourself these questions. Are they idiots, or are they very smart and they're trying to get you to look the other way? And that's exactly what I think is happening. And let's not forget, Mark Cuban just endorsed a coin called Titan, and it plummets 100%. You are being played by this guy. Do I have to draw you a picture? It's so obvious if you literally just sit down and think about it for a second. This guy was putting out a coin talking about Titan went from $60 to zero in 24 hours. Wow. And you guys want to listen and take your advice from this guy when you should be doing your research and buying suppressed assets like we've been talking about time and time again in our newsletter, which you guys should sign up for because you have nothing to lose. Literally talking about everything. Assets due for a bounce, trade updates. If you guys want the paid version, you guys can unlock these. Otherwise, you get the daily briefs where we go over overall market sentiment as well as the top gainers and other news articles. So check it out. Literally have nothing to lose, and you'll not be led astray like Mark Cuban just did to all his followers and literally had people get wiped out. And the funny thing was that he said he managed to get out of it. In this article, it's a bad sign when individuals start taking investment advice from internet personalities, i.e. Cuban, Musk, Paris Hilton, of all people, with our NFT junk, instead of doing their own research on an investment. Many investors blindly followed Mark Cuban into Titan token, but while Cuban was miraculously able to sell the token near its all-time high price, red flag, many of those who followed him into Titan did not have that luxury. And the Gladiator says, so only 4 days ago, billionaire Mark Cuban promotes the Titan token and then miraculously finds a way to exit when the price collapsed from $60 to zero in the last 24 hours. Enough with the billionaire scamming already. I have been talking about these billionaires since we started this channel back in December, how they are leading the retail investors astray because the only way they can cash out their massive positions is if the retail investors are involved. That's it. That's the only way it works. That's how it works. Do you think it's a coincidence that XRP, for instance, last bull run was the last coin to pump massively and it pumped the hardest, 36,000%? There's a reason for that. They made all their crazy crypto gains, and I'm talking they, the powers that be, the large institutions, the people that own 10 to 15% of all the Bitcoin floating around combined. Those guys, the Barry Silberts, the Novogratzes, the digital currency groups, the Grayscales, all of these guys that own the markets basically, when they go and recycle the profits, notice how not all the altcoins always pop off at the same time. They get their gains, they move into another suppressed asset, get their gains, move into another suppressed asset. And guess what? By the time they've had all those crazy compounding gains, the last currency to pop off, XRP, was the biggest to ensure they made the most money possible. This is how the game is played. Been in this market for almost a decade now. It's very, very obvious. And if it's not obvious, just watch my videos. I go over all this stuff all the time. You're getting scammed by Mark Cuban, period. That's it. End of story. You're getting scammed by Elon Musk. Where's this other story? I was going to save this for the end here. Look at this guy. 33-year-old Dogecoin investor refuses to sell despite losing over 167 grand in one day. This guy invested supposedly his life savings, 250K, into a meme coin. What an idiot. He deserves to lose all his money if he's following people like Elon Musk and telling them that Dogecoin, dog shit coin, is a good idea. Absolutely stupid. And you're going to put all your money in one asset? I mean, even the most novice investor knows to diversify. When I see these stories, they're very hard for me to believe. And this guy says he was going to be in Dogecoin for a year, and now he's talking about people not being patient and holding on to it for a lot longer. Once it reaches a value of $10 million, he's going to sell 10%. Okay, don't buy it one bit. If this is true, he's an idiot, and I highly doubt that this is even a true story because no one should be that stupid to put their life savings in a effing meme coin. Next up, what do we got? Went over Mark Cuban scamming you. We got but more Mark Cuban news. Billionaire Mark Cuban regrets not doing the maths on Titan cryptocurrency after crash. He says it was my mistake. No, this was a deliberate scam for not doing his homework on the Titan cryptocurrency, which dropped 60 to 0. Okay? He regrets not doing his research, didn't have to dot every I and cross every T, he says. And then he has the balls to say he has called for more regulation to define what is stable. Like, give me a break, dude. This guy is such a tool. He's a tool used for the financial elite. He's in the big boy billionaire club. This is how the game is played. Do not buy any of this stuff. You guys got to do your research. If you don't want to do your research, sign up for the newsletter. It's that simple. And then we got this guy, William Suberg. He says, I think this is him, Bitcoin price can hit 450K in 2021. What the hell is this guy smoking? $500,000 this year? Do you know the type of gains you'd have to see? It'd have to literally go up more than 10x from where it is now. Absolutely stupid. These are the articles that are getting floated out. What else do we got? Coinbase milestones have been reliable sell signals for Bitcoin and Dogecoin. Yes, they have. Coinbase IPO, 64K. We've said this time and time again in like the last 15 videos since it was announced. Coinbase IPO, ultimate rug pull, get everybody involved during the Wyckoff distribution pattern, and then collapse the market with some stupid Elon news along with China coming in here. I mean, it's the easiest recipe to see how to manipulate markets. So obvious, but you guys can make a killing riding the billionaire's coattails if you know how to swim with the whales and not get eaten by them like everybody else did up here. Oh, you think Tesla just decided to invest at 30K. They decided to invest at 30K and make it public. Ask yourself these questions. Why are people like Cathie Wood, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, Jim Cramer, all these people telling you about their positions in cryptocurrency? Why are they telling you that they're buying? Why is Michael Saylor telling you MicroStrategy's buying? Why do all these people care to let the public know about their positions, whether personal or company, private, whatever? They're letting you guys know for a reason. Have to look at the other side, need to have the contrarian mindset. It's the only way you're going to win in these markets. Cathie Wood said she was a buyer of Bitcoin during yesterday's plunge. Did she tell you that she probably shorted the top two when the Coinbase IPO came out and they just made a killing and now they're buying at support levels? 30K again? While the whole narrative yesterday, where if you go back and look at my video that I talked about why we're going higher, if you saw the narrative yesterday, Death Cross, Chinese mining, all this stuff coming out, basically freaking everybody out of the market. Smart money was buying during that time frame, but the smart money wasn't buying Bitcoin. They were buying altcoins. Talking about coins like Dent, which went down massively. Absolutely crazy fall here. I got some news on Dent here coming up, but look at this. Massive, massive volume spike coming in here. Absolutely epic. That's the most we've seen. I can only keep it on the 4 hour because the daily hasn't reset yet. It won't show up properly. But if we even go back as far as we can on the 4 hour, look at all that volume compared to everything else we've seen since September of last year. Absolutely crazy. Most likely yesterday, best entry point for Dent. Anticipating it moving out of here, mainly because the Twitter account for Dent talked about May 21st. End of Q2 is close. Time to share a little bit more about our next big App 4.0 feature, talking about listing your mobile data to be able to sell on the marketplace. Absolutely huge. eSIM technology going to be massive for this space. Anything in the telecom space, in my opinion, is worth diversifying into. Obviously, do your own research, but I do think that when this decides to be disclosed, when they actually have their App 4.0 feature ready to be able to do this stuff, I mean, we're over a month now. So when they decide to release this, notice how they didn't release all this stuff when Dent was falling, 90% roughly. 90, wow, went down even further than I thought. 92% fall from 2.2 cents. Anytime you can buy an asset at 90% plus off, definitely a great opportunity. That's the least amount of risk right here. Buying something 92% off, not buying something that's, 300% up. If you guys had dry powder, add to your positions at that point. Otherwise, you just be patient and sit on your hands and don't do anything. You wait for it to mature and don't get caught up in all the crazy news that's coming out. This, in my opinion, very, very good sign. Huge, huge volume coming in here. And we have 4,300% to go until we hit all-time high. And it actually might be more than that because I took that measurement the other day and it dropped further. So even more, you're looking at about 6,000% just to get to the all-time high of 10 cents. Wouldn't surprise me one bit if we hit $1, 10x from 10 cents. Very, very easy to do on a wave 2. We're only in wave 1 right now. Wave 2 is statistically twice as high, if not more, than wave 1. So we'll wait to see what happens with Dent. Wait to see if they make any crazy announcements here. But in the meantime, do not take your advice from Mark Cuban. Do not take your advice from Elon Musk or Paris Hilton or Lindsay Lohan or whatever other softcore porn actresses like Kim Kardashian is floating out about cryptocurrencies and new Ethereum Max tokens and all this BS. Get your feet planted in the assets that are supremely undervalued, that are 90% off their all-time high or more, and you will make an absolute killing in this market. And what I also might do for you guys is I might be offering up some of my time for anybody who wants to get some consultation or just talk crypto in general, talk about new projects, figure out where we're at. I may be offering that up to anybody, even if you are a current member or if you want to become a member. I think I'm going to generate some really cool deals for you guys to make it worth your while. So if you guys are interested in something like that, you want to have a one-on-one with me, let me know. I'm going to try and sort it out and make sure, like I said, we make it worth your while. So with that being said, I think that will do it for this edition of the Encrypted Capital Recap. If you guys like what you heard, please drop us a like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next video.